Hello there. Hi. This is Zena, evangelist, prophetess, Zena, motivational speaker. Just, um, just, just Zena. Okay. I hope you guys have missed me because I have missed you so much. I have been kind of busy here lately. Once again, with school and full-time job and working and everything, had really gotten kind of busy. But I'm back on track and just wanted to stop by and just say a couple of words to you. Hopefully, words of encouragement. Hopefully, just to be able to break bread with you briefly as well. I just want to say to everyone with the pandemic, is that what pandemic? I believe that's what that epidemic with this coronavirus 19. Going around. It's really got people in an uproar. It really has people, you know, running for shelter, buying up. I went to the store yesterday to try to get some, toilet paper and things. Well, I didn't need toilet paper, but I didn't need paper towel. I just needed paper towel because I needed paper towel. I didn't have any, so it wasn't. However, this is what, the Bible talks about when it says that this thief comes he comes like a robber. He comes in the middle of the night. Now that's a figure of speech, meaning I'm in the middle of the night. That's why the Lord always tells us to be prepared. See, he's not just talking about be prepared for death. He's talking about be prepared, period. Thank God I had toilet paper, light bulbs. Because, my dad was like that. We always kept a pantry in our basement. I'm from Michigan, so we have basements. So, and he kept it stocked. With canned goods. Whatever you can think of. From string beans to corn to tuna to, just whatever you could think of. Washing powder, 3 things of washing powder. So he always done that. When we got older, he bought us a freezer. I had 3 sisters. He bought us a freezer. He says, I need you, stock up your meat and get. So, we have to always be prepared. Okay, so see, this is a perfect example of people having their focus on other things. Having your focus on, your car clean, but you're not prepared for something like this. I was talking to my son yesterday, and I was telling my son, I said, when they were coming up, and I would have them go on a fast with me, and they would be, oh, Ma, I'm so hungry, and Ma, and they never understood why I would have them fast with me. And I told him, I said, well, you're really training your body. You're really training your body to, in any event, that there's no food. Come on now, really. Any event that there's no food, that you have to survive off a little bit. That means your stomach is not that big. That means that your stomach is not going to need as much as it would need. Okay? So, but see, we're in the world today, we don't think like that. We think everything is just always going to be there. Well, some of us, okay? That everything is always going to be there. The water's going to be there. The lights is going to be there as long as I pay my bill. See, that's not true. That's not true. So we can't get so comfortable, but we do, and I have, gotten comfortable. However, tapping more into your spiritual side of you, you'll know that, I can't get that comfortable with the things of the world, because that's where they are, and that's where we're going to leave them. Okay. So I just wanted to say that everyone be encouraged with this epidemic, going around. I talked to my son yesterday. They stocked up, him and his wife, and I told him, I said, just be encouraged. The schools are shutting down, so see, we depend on babysitters, the daycare. We depend on the schools. Now people have to go to work. Now it's like, what are they going to do with their children? So it's a whole ripple effect. It's like a domino, So I just think this is going to be a time for people to really do some soul searching. Honestly, I've heard some people say, well, it's not that bad. It's going to be over, and, it's no big deal. Well, it is a big deal because a lot of people are not going to be able to go to work. They're not going to be able, their children are home. So your light bill is still going to be due. Your gas bill is still going to be due. So see, we have to still think logically. Logically. My dad always told me, have at least 3 to 6 months worth of rent saved up. Have 3 to 6 months worth of rent saved up. You know, so in this time and day, it's you know, you have to have 2 incomes, or you really have to have, you know, be making some decent finances to do that. So I just wish everyone the best, and I pray for you, and you pray for me, because, you know, I'm here too. You know, I'm not immortal, not yet, but I'm here too. But I want to just say this right quick as well too. I want to read this. Now this here, I got so many glasses, you guys. So I want to read this right quick. It says, now this is what came to my mind when I started seeing all of this stuff going on, and just, you know, I did. I was like, wow, you know, I never thought I would live. First of all, I never thought I would live to see a president that we have. I've never thought I would live to see something like this. You know, he's worse than Nixon, and Nixon did some things, you know, but this takes the cake. But anyway, we're going to get on another subject. So when I started seeing all of this, you know, just the different things that's going on in the world, God always sends signs. You know, now if he's your higher power or your Buddha, you know, wherever you worship in your heart, he always sends a sign, you know, to show us, you know, what's going on. Prepare yourself and what you need to do. Now, I don't know if anyone knows, some of you probably do, but there's locusts over in Africa. Now, this says, a plague of locusts not seen since the days of Christian Bible time. Come on now, somebody. Not since the Christian Bible times. They're spreading like wildfire through Africa. It says along the Red Sea coast. Glory to God. Along the Red Sea coast. Now, I'm quite sure everyone knows what the Red Sea coast meant, the Red Sea. Come on, okay, that's where Moses was at, okay? So it says along the Red Sea coast and towards Egypt. In Saudi Arabia. The incredible swarm of crop-devouring grasshoppers arrived after a period of heavy rain in October of 2019. It says the bug's breeding season. Okay, this is one of the plagues in the Bible. I'm not going to do the math, okay? We can just do the math together. I mean, just to even look back how long that has been since there has been locusts, okay? So, I mean, we can say that, you know, the Bible is, you know, is not true, okay? But look at this. You know, then it says locusts plagued in Egypt, sparking biblical warnings of the end. So, there's a lot more here to this. But I just say, you know, us as people, we just really have to, you know, pray. We really have to just make sure that we have our house in order. I'm not saying, you know, get, you know, way over here. You know, I'm not stating that. But I'm just saying, I mean, this here is really something here. I believe it was the Spanish flu that they were talking about. So we haven't seen anything like this here since the Spanish flu, okay? So we just really have to really, you know, get ourselves in order, you know, and because I just believe it's a lot deeper than what the news media is telling us. I know a few people that work in the health field, and they, you know, and I'm in school for health, and they don't tell you everything, you know, because they don't want to panic, but it's already a panic, you know, because this thing is airborne. You know, they're shutting down schools, they got the state of emergency, so that's serious. That's serious that you're shutting down, and it's not just one city. We're talking about cities that are literally shutting down. So this is serious. I went in the store the other day and I had on the mask, and I had on the mask because I have sinuses. So I didn't want the pollen, to make me any worse or whatever. Now I did have on my gloves. And the girl in the dollar store, she said, oh, yeah. And she started laughing, and she said, oh, you scared of the coronavirus. I said, sweetie, I said, you know what, honey? I said, y'all need to wake up. You really need to wake up. I said, but for your information, I have sinuses. Okay? I said, I do this every year, whether there's this or whether there's that, since I moved to Georgia. My sinuses have just gotten out of whack. I guess it's because of the pollen is really, really heavy here. So it really bothered my sinuses really bad. But it's just a comment, to say, that this is, she thought it was funny, to be honest. But let me move along because I am going to let you go right quick. I just want to read something also to you that I've been studying. It's been so powerful for me to read. And this is called Principle Centered, okay? And this talks about, it says, by centering our lives on the correct principles, we create a solid foundation for development of the 4 life support factors. I know we do, we all feel that our principles and our morals and everything is of high standard. We all do. But what happens is when the big wind comes and it blows away the foundation, that should allow us to know that the foundation was not solid. Okay? So we have to revisit or reinvent, I'm in my late 50s now, or I say middle 50s, and, I had to reinvent myself because the foundation that I had built, once upon a time was good for that particular time. How many know things get old and you have to fix on them, and you have to put some plaster here, and you have to, make sure the wall doesn't fall down, okay? So, and if we don't do that, when a mighty wind flows in, it blows everything away. It may leave a little trouble there where you can begin to build back up on something there. Okay, but we have to maintain the foundation. We can't just build the foundation or start to plant the foundation and then don't do anything to it. We get focused on something else. We get focused over here. We get focused over there. So the foundation is what? It's crusting. It's falling apart. So that does something to, is it solid? So exactly, what did we do? And this is stating about the four factors. It says our security comes from knowing that unlike other centered based on people or things which are subject to frequently and immediately change. It says correct principles do not change. We can depend on them. Wow. I'm going to read that again. That's awesome. It says correct principles do not change. We can depend on them. But go back. It says our security comes from knowing that unlike others, centered based on people or things which are subject, like right now. Right now. There's no toilet paper in the stores. People, when I tell you buggies, like, it was unreal. It was unreal. So this is a perfect example about building principles on a solid foundation, okay? I'm going to really be getting more into this. This is an excellent book that I've been studying and been taking some principles out for myself, with setting new goals, for, adding to some of the goals and checking off the ones that I have completed and moving forward. And lastly but not least, I just want to say this. We have to train up a child in the way that they should go. When they get older, they've shown the part, but when they get older, they will return back to that foundation. See, it's about the foundation that you stand on.